incredible flavours, even better stories. One pour, 10 minutes, Aussie bourbon lovers sharing bourbon with Australia.
Oh, there's no pop. It's a screw top.
We were both expecting a screw cap.
Oh, you were expecting a pop. But
Wait, yeah, you're right. I was expecting a pop, and then you
now
turned to a screw cap.
Now I'm confused. What are we drinking tonight, Dave?
What a fun thing. So we're not even drinking a bourbon after all that confusion. This is a Tasmanian whiskey from Sullivans Cove. It's not only a Tasmanian whiskey, it's like one of the Tasmanian whiskies. Sullivans Cove is really well kind of known and much sought after. So this is exciting, isn't it?
I think it's a bottle kill, Dave. Look at that.
Well, it's going to be a bottle kill if you tip all of that in my glass. Oh, okay, all right.
There you go.
I'm not complaining. How delightful. Sullivans Cove. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow. So tell me, H, why did you choose for us to have a Sullivans Cove? So for those of you playing along at home, can I just run through they've got a little birth certificate, these bad boys on them. So this one's the TD0275. It's bottle 162 of 253.
It was bottled in...
Filled on the 5th of May, 2008.
I know, so long ago.
What was I doing 5th of May?
We're engaged.
I was at uni. And then it was decanted on the 16th of November in 2022. So it's 14 years old, or 14 years in the barrel.
Yep.
48%. So it's going to be 96
and it's from
proof?
Sullivans Cove in Tasmania. And I picked it tonight because this week is Tassie Whisky Week. And being Aussie bourbon lovers, I know it's not bourbon, but we wanted to do a shout out to all the great Tassie whiskies that get made and say happy Tassie Whisky Week.
Exactly. Happy Tassie Whisky Week to everyone down in Tassie doing this thing. And Tassie, for those, people not from Australia, Tasmania is like our whiskey region. There's whiskey made all over the country, but kind of one of the places that a lot of whiskey is made in Australia is Tassie.
Yes, it's got a great climate for making whiskey. It's nice and cold down there.
Yep.
And yeah,
we've had the privilege of touring some of those little distilleries and checking out what they do, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, what are you getting on the nose, H?
Oh, definitely like the harvest. Getting the grains. Like I'm stepping off my dad's tractor.
The barley.
Yeah.
So this is a single cask American oak, and it's a second fill. So this is the thing that it's American oak. So let's assume that's a bourbon barrel. I'm 90-something% sure it's a bourbon barrel.
I know they do some of their ones in bourbon barrels.
Well, they just do a straight, kind of a straight bourbon barrel. It's a straight immediate fill. This one, I'm pretty sure they take the barrel and they recondition it. Wait, I didn't let you answer the question. What are you getting on the nose?
I was getting like the grains, like it's sweet. It's like it's sweet to the nose, and it's like that fresh, just stepping off the header and the freshly cut grass, kind of really nice but sweet smell.
Like fresh fruit or something? It's like I'm getting some like interesting...
Yeah, I'm just getting like sweet grain, like...
It's definitely a single malt, like it's not a bourbon. No vanillas or caramels that you that I wanted. And have a look, can I just call out that colour? So that's 14 years old.
Yeah, and it's very...
Looks like a Chardonnay.
Yeah, like a white wine kind of look.
Yep.
But
14 years in a barrel. Can you imagine a bourbon 14 years in a barrel looking like a Chardonnay? Just wouldn't happen. And why is that, H? Why wouldn't that happen?
That's delicious. Well, the colour, this is not new. They've used this. This is the second fill, so it's like they've used the barrel and then used it again. So there's not going to be as much colour in there because so much of the colour from bourbon comes from the barrel.
The colour comes from the barrel. I'm getting a lot of honey. It's like a mouthful of honey.
Yeah. Really delicious. Really delicious. I'm sad that we emptied the bottle now.
You just tipped it all in my glass. I'm kind of happy about that now.
That's great. And you've toured a lot more of the Tassie distilleries than me, Dave, because you went down there and checked them all out. What made Sullivans Cove extra special for you?
Okay,
Why did you bring back a bottle of this one?
Well, straight up and down, Sullivans Cove won the world's best single malt. I think it was 2014 or something. So, and it put Tassie Whisky on the map. It's kind of like that moment when they win world's best single malt. Everyone kind of goes, "What is Tasmania?" And the whole world goes,
and where is Tasmania?
What is this thing? Yeah. And so Sullivans Cove has kind of really given a huge amount of credit for being the distillery who definitely, they don't cut corners and they do a lot of cool things, and everything's done in these kind of nice small batches, and everything's done in a really discerning way.
But it really put Tassie on the map, didn't it?
In that moment, and they've won a lot of world's best single malts, or yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. Since then, but when they did that, the world kind of seemed to sit up and kind of go, oh, there's a whiskey region in Australia. We need to consider that to be a serious thing. And so since, I don't want to say since then, but, there's this bit of a craft whiskey boom that's happening, and Tassie's a big focus for that. And
it's really helped a lot of the Tassie whiskey distilleries.
Exactly. And so there's a few big ones. There's a few kind of really prominent ones, Lark probably being the biggest of those. But there's a few things that are really interesting to me about what happens in Tassie whiskey that are different to what happens in bourbon.
Yeah, well, because they're not your traditional like Scottish or Irish whiskey, and they're not your American whiskey. They're kind of trying to do their own thing.
Right. And so there are some distinct things, but compared with a bourbon, do you know what the main? Well, there's a lot of differences, but
it's not made in America.
It's not made in America. Can you rattle through a few things?
It's not corn.
Definitely not.
It's single malt. What else, Dave?
Correct. It's distilled in a pot still. So almost all bourbon, not all, but almost all bourbon is distilled in a column still.
Yeah.
So a continuous still. In Tassie, I know of one column still, which is the Greenbanks guys. I'm pretty sure everyone else is in a pot still or a hybrid. Oh. And so this is definitely in a pot still.
But this is a pot still.
Yeah.
And what does it mean by double distilled?
So in
your best guess here, don't quote us on what we're about to say. Or is this double distilled? They've done the distilling process twice. I was like, is that too obvious?
They run it through the still twice, literally, and they do that to get a better finished product and more copper contact and all that kind of stuff. I think. Yeah, which gives it that lovely. I feel like that lovely, smooth, creamy finish you get. It's like a creamed honey on this. It's kind of quite lovely. I think some people, I don't think double distilling is very common in bourbon because you just go through a column, and once you kind of get it through, then it's done. Although there's a thing called a doubler. Maybe I'm wrong. I should find out what that is. Double distilled is a process where they literally distill the same batch twice. Yeah.
Correct us there.
It's one of these bottles where I took it to my family and they were like, oh, this is unbelievable. We love this.
And they're big fans of like the Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
And they thought this was the best.
Scotch. They like Scotch more. Yeah. It's one of these things that, and so there's so many cool things that different distillers are doing in Tassie. So I'm 90% sure that this particular barrel, the barrel that this one would have been in, would have originally been a bourbon cask, brought over to Tassie, taken to a cooperage, taken apart. Then they shave hang on a sec. They take it apart. They shave all the staves, so they pull off all the char and they strip it back to just beyond the char. And the distillers can say how much they want to do that, but they literally shave it back, reassemble it, so they re-cooper the barrel, and then they re-toast and re-char it.
Oh,
and then
they do it all again.
Yeah, but they're using the parts of the barrel still. And so you still get some influence from the what was in there, but
not a lot.
It's less because you're pulling that. Like sometimes you put, when you think about bourbon where you're putting something into a cask that's had something in it, you get a lot of flavours from that, particularly the first time you do it.
Yep.
But this is what I was saying before, is this light colour, in bourbon in particular, they talk about a barrel's like a tea bag, and the first time you use a tea bag is where you get all the flavour. But if you use it a second or third time, well, then you're going to get less of that. And so 14 years to get that colour means that a lot of the influence of the barrel, the oak influence is different than the way that it would be in a Kentucky, 14 years in Kentucky in a new charred American oak barrel would be a very different influence to
so light. But it's really sweet. I really like it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tassie has a special place in your heart?
It does. We kind of go to Tassie once a year for a little parent retreat, get away from the kids, break. It's lots of fun.
Children.
Leave them in good care and go away for the weekend. And I always feel like, I don't know, like I know it's the state next door, but it feels, you get on an aeroplane and cross the ocean and I feel like, you're somewhere really special. A lot of heritage and history and delicious whiskey and good food and get to hang out with you. Like I highly recommend Tassie is a great place to go.
Absolutely. And when you're down there, hit up a distillery or two. There's lots of good ones. We've talked about Old Kempton once before on the podcast, which is still not a bourbon.
Yeah.
But if you can't get your hands on, or if you're looking for something that's not a bourbon, that's made in Australia, because we do like that, and made in Tassie in particular, if you want to celebrate Tas Whisky Week wherever you are, we'll do that for sure. And enjoy it however you like it. Cheers.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you're connected with us on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube, and stay connected with us by clicking subscribe on your favourite podcast app.